What's up guys, this is Matt aka Mez, and this is going to be Clocking 101. So in this tutorial slash breakdown, pretty much just going to be explaining the basics of clocking. Alright, so first I guess the origin. I was the one who created clocking, and basically what it is it's cause and effect using a platform. So first of all, what platforming is it's a technique that we use in IM, and other people do definitely use it, where you have one hand kind of like at a canvas and then the front hand, and what you do is you kind of work around them. Okay, so that's the idea of what platforming is. Basically I took IM's platforming and I turned it into a clock. So that's pretty much the gist of it. Now I had explained that it's cause and effect as well. What I mean is there has to be some sort of trigger. What I mean by trigger, it can be anything from your thumb hitting your hand, to a digit, to movement, pretty much anything you can think of. As long as it has a trigger effect to it, then that'll give you that clocking feel. So let's get started. Basically, clocking is you're gonna create a backhand first. You can work with a full open hand. This is probably the easiest one to do, but other people and myself included, you can do various other type of positions, such as this or this even, or this. It really doesn't matter. I'm gonna start here, okay? And basically how it works is your thumb is going to hit this back part of your hand, and it's going to trigger your clock. When I say trigger, these three fingers are going to isolate and come down, so it makes this flat finger tutting position, okay? And I'll show you different ways that you can do this, but for now, just kind of go over what it's going to look like. So this thumb's going to hit this back part of my hand, and bam. Okay. One thing that sells clocking is the movement of when you do your cause and effect. You want it to look mechanical, and you don't want it to look rushed. I've seen some people just kind of like throw it. You don't want to do that. You want to give it more of an intricate feeling, and to do that it does involve varying the speed. So boom, or you could do it by beat. Okay, so those are some of your options. That's pretty much actually the basics of clocking. You don't have to use the one that I use, which is this. I've seen a lot of people use this one as well. This one and whichever ones you've seen, you don't have to do it for it to be considered clocking. Clocking is basically the platform combined with the movement. Anytime that you use that ticking feeling, that's clocking, okay? So you don't have to use this, but I know a lot of people are gonna ask, so I'll go ahead and teach you guys my signature thread. What threading is basically it's your fingers and you kind of thread them together. I don't really know a good explanation on it because I'm not too much of a finger stylist, but basically what I do for my clock is I do a finger thread, and that's pretty much how all of my clocks look. I do change it from time to time because you always want to kind of give it variety. But for now, basically the digit that all glovers practice, this one, this beautiful combo right here, probably seen it here. Okay, so this right here, you basically kind of just ignore this for now. And what you're going to do is when you digit, your third finger is going to go over your pinky, so like this, okay? But then you want it to wrap all the way around. What I mean is you want this third finger to sort of wrap, so it makes this. It's gonna look like something like that, like when you're doing a dial. Yeah, sorta. You want to stretch it as like best you can. That way it's kind of like spread out, and it's both sticking upward and downward, because the next part does involve kind of giving it that feel. So next what you're going to do is you're going to combine your middle finger to your third finger, so like this. Lastly, you're going to put your thumb, connect it to your pinky, okay? So one more time. First you go over, and you go all the way over, okay? You're going to connect your middle finger to your pinky, and thumb to your third finger, okay? And bam. So this is the clock that I always use. and of course it has its advantages because, you know, it has this look to it. Anyways, that's pretty much it for clocking 101. I'm probably gonna do more, but for now, this is kind of just like a basic rundown of what clocking is. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. And yeah, let's move forward with this concept. All right, peace, guys.